Good morning, grade 8s. Welcome back to today's lesson. I see that you were already chatty this morning, which is a very good thing because we're going to have to chat a lot in this lesson. Okay, guys, so yesterday we finished up with the rubric of the skryfproses, and today I'm going to do something about visual literacy. Now, before we start off, on the 27th of July, you must write this down, there is an assessment for Afrikaans val that you guys will be doing. So as far as I know, I will be giving you guys the assignment and then you do it and the next day we'll mark it. That's more or less how I understand it at this stage. So that is now the 27th of July. Then you will have assessment. So what I've done is I've set the test already. So I've been, well, starting with it, have been starting with it. And so what I've done is I did put in a poem, which we will do later this week. And I've tested you on the stuff that we've done this term. However, stuff like woordsoorte is something that you've done in the first and second term. Also stuff like stompie, those stuff, you might have encountered that before, which, well, you not might, you should have encountered that in the first two terms. Therefore, I will be testing you on that. And then I will also try and get to stompie on Friday, then tomorrow the poem, and if we're done with this lesson. So I'm going to try my very best to get through everything this week already. Okay, so then that is test week, 27th of July, then your Afrikaans assignment or task that you will be doing. Okay, guys, so today is visual literacy. And I'm going to talk about the importance of visual literacy and then give you a few examples of that, so on and so forth. So let's start off with that. Okay, so there is just the index, which we're going to do. We're going to say what is visual literacy, then we're going to look at strokiesprente, then advertensies, and then an oefening, which we will do. Very important quote for today: education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. And that was from old President Nelson Mandela. Guys, important. When you are educated, you can change the world. We all know that. And it's also something that nobody can take away from you. Okay, guys, so here is why we study visual literacy today. So it is important for today's world, I said here. It helps us to interpret the media around us, and also visual literacy, also started when you were a very young child or a baby, when your mom showed you storybooks or pictures for the first time, or children's stories and books. Guys, those are stuff that started your visual literacy journey in languages. So it's not just about the written word, we also see stuff, which is very important. So let's look at a definition of visual literacy, but this is quite a long definition, so I'm going to read it to you in Afrikaans and then explain it to you in English. So they say here, visual geletterdheid is die vermoë om te interpreteer, te onderhandel en om 'n betekenis te maak van inligting wat aangebied word in die vorm van 'n beeld. Die term verwys na 'n wyeer interpretasie as bloot geskrewe of teks. Visuele geletterdheid is gebaseer op die idee dat fotos kan gelees word, kan word en dat betekenis oorgedra word in die proses. Basically, guys, it's saying to us, I got this from Wikipedia. So visual literacy is the ability to interpret, negotiate, and make meaning of information presented in the form of an image. The term refers to a wider interpretation than simply written or text. Visual literacy is based on the idea that photographs can be read and that meaning is conveyed in the process. Basically, anything that is a picture can also be interpreted, and it's not just word or written word stuff that needs to be interpreted. So, our first example then here. These are all these pictures that you see here are all signs or examples rather of visual literacy. A painting, guys, I don't know if you've ever heard that saying, a picture can tell 1,000 words. That's exactly what this painting can say. So it must say something to you. Traffic signs. You wouldn't want to, when you drive on the road and you see a stop sign, first want to read what the stop sign is expecting of you. You want to immediately know that the stop sign tells you to stop. All right, so road traffic signs, very important visual aspect. A world map, cartoons. Oopsie, what's going on here? Okay, guys. Cartoons, guys, stuff like that. Ach nee, man, what's going on here? I'm just going to do that, to go away. All right, so here, cartoons, jokes, guys, TV programs, computer games, advertisements, say, of you'll see here now, like McDonald's, for instance. And then I've given you a few written examples. Tekens, padtekens, brochures, plakkate, graffiti, grappe, spotprente, advertensies, strokiesprente en verhale, prente, TV-programme, guys, I've mentioned that, symbole, speletjies en dan skilderye en tekeninge. All of this is examples of stuff that you can interpret without using words, visual interpretation. So the first thing that I want to place emphasis on is, Hakim says here, artistic vision. That's correct, that's correct. Okay, guys, so the very first thing here that I want to focus on is what we call in Afrikaans spotprente. So I think it's comics in English, but so without looking, without reading a comic strip, very often we must understand the comic strip just by looking at the characters and so on. But it doesn't always work that way exactly, but usually the key about a comic strip or a cartoon is, for instance, that it should be with a lot less words. It should be as little words as possible, because we need to focus on the visual aspect. So when I give you a strokiesprent, and I would like you guys now to listen to me, when we're done with this slide, I want to take you to take a picture, because I'm going to show you in a cartoon now what this is. But listen to me. So when I give you a comic strip or a cartoon, first of all, look at die posisie en die grootte van die karakter. So you must look at the position and the size of the character, because it states here, die groter karakter is gewoonlik die belangrikste. The larger character is usually the most important character. Second thing, visuele aspekte soos lyne wat die karakter se beweging aandui. So visual aspects such as lines that indicates the movement of the character. So you'll see, for instance, there, when you see an angry face the character makes, or he does something physically, and then there's lines that shows what he's done, what he's doing. Those are all indications of the character's movement, which we should observe. Then, this is an interesting one, die klere wat gebruik word en die klere van die karakters. Okay, there's a mistake there. I have to fix this quickly. En die klere van die karakters, sorry for that. So it's okay, so the colors and the clothing of the characters. So, for instance, the darker the colors of the clothing, the darker the characters is. So, in other words, guys, if a character is maybe dressed in darker clothing, then it sometimes presents the darker character or personality of the character. And then, of course, guys, gesigsuitdrukkings en lyfstaal. Faces and body image is very important. So, just by looking at the faces and the body images of cartoon characters, very often you already understand the cartoon in a way. And then you must be able to interpret wat is goeie karakters, wat is slegte karakters, hoe word hulle uitgebeeld, good characters, bad characters, and then how are they being portrayed in the cartoon. And then hoe die karakters in die raam geplaas word. So if I've got a frame and the characters in the frame, how are they being portrayed in the frame? Two last important aspects. Look at the font they are using, at the letters, at the letters and how big they are, and also how it has been how it was printed. Is it, for instance, in italics or bold? Is it in a certain color? And then you will also sort of get a meaning of what the cartoon is about via those things. And then, guys, the boodskap, the message that is being portrayed in this regard is very important. Okay, so take a picture of that, and then we'll go to the cartoon quickly and see what we can interpret from that. Take a picture. I'm going to count till 5, and then we're going on. Okay, Therese says, done. Okay, guys. It's very nice to see you guys are all with me. Okay, so look at this cartoon here. I'm going to try and explain it to you as we go on. So the teacher's saying, oh, just before we start, so that is the person who's drawing it, the cartoon, Dani Cronje. And the title or the name of this cartoon is called Meester. Now, in the very, very, very old days in Afrikaans, they used to call teachers or the headmaster Meester. Okay, so that's where they got this and the title from this program of cartoon from. So there's a teacher, there's something happening there, and there's a poor teacher again. So look at the visual aspects, the fonts that differ and so on. So he's saying, nou let op klas, as 'n mens die rooi vloeistof by die geel vloeistof gooi, so he's saying, pay attention class, if I throw the red vloeistof, I don't know what that is, with the yellow liquid, then boom. And then he said, dan weet 'n mens dit moes eintlik die blou vloeistof gewees het. Then we know it should have rather been the blue liquid. So he threw in the wrong liquid with the yellow ones, and then there was an explosion. Ha ha ha. Nee. Okay, guys, please look at this teacher's face here. He looks interested, but also a little bit scared. Nee. Look, he's dressed in lighter clothing. Look, the background color which makes the character stand out more. Look, he's talking about the yellow liquid and then the red liquid there, guys. And then the second frame, we can see there's an explosion. We see the smoke there, the yellow liquid, and then also the word boom, which means something happened, because it's very same as the word boom, for instance. Look at the fonts that differ. This is also capital letters with an exclamation mark, which indicates something big happened. And then, guys, look at that poor teacher's face there. He is all in smoke there. Nay, it's only the eyes that you can see. And something terrible happened there. There was an explosion, and you can see how scary his eyes looks. So yeah, look at the visuals, how the lines also work. For instance, look how the lines are drawn in such a way that we can see there's movement. We can almost see the stuff that blew up here. You can see the stuff on the teacher's face. So in other words, guys, Nhlanhla says he's sad. His life is not going as planned. Yes, Lesedi. Okay, guys, so there is your cartoon. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask questions, and I didn't put answers in here because I want to see what you say. So I'm going to open the chat box here, somewhere in the middle, and then you are going to answer the questions. Try and write it in Afrikaans, if possible for you. Okay, I'm sure that by grade 8 you must have some Afrikaans vocabulary, so then try. I'm not going to look at spelling, and I'm not going to look at sentence construction. Just give your best. Number 1. Beskryf die onderwyser se gesigsuitdrukking. In English, describe the teacher's facial expressions. But in both, in all the frames. So we won't know how his face looks in the middle frame, but how does his face look in the first frame and then in the last frame? Yeah, Natalie says geskok. Absolutely, nee. something terrible just happened. He's surprised, I think, in a way as well. So Natalie, thanks. Anyone else? Daniel says gelukkig en ongelukkig. Okay, please, Daniel, explain that for me quickly. Okay, guys, so here he looks rather amused, nee, so he's looking interested and so on. But I must say his eyebrows, it almost looks like a question mark there. So I'm thinking that maybe he's doubting his words here, which sometimes happens with teachers. You say something and then you also think, why did I just say that? And then at the last frame, he looks very shocked and he looks very surprised by what happened. Right, so thank you for the participation with question 1. Let's go to question 2. Wat noem 'n mens die leesteken aan die einde van die woord klas? Okay, what do we call that punctuation mark in Afrikaans? After the word klas, what do you call that punctuation mark there? I don't think there's one, I don't know what you call it in English, but in Afrikaans, please try. What do you call that punctuation mark there behind the word klas? Guys, come on, you must know this. I'm going to start singing if you don't help. You don't want to hear my singing. You will cry. Just try. Wait, okay, I won't say anything. Okay, Therese, it's not a vraagteken, it is called a double punt. Thank you for trying. Thank you so much. So it's called a double punt. Okay, number 3. Watter type woord is woem? Woem. What type of word is that? Now we did this last week. What word is the word woem? Can you remember when we did parts of speech last week? We did one that's got words that has words with exclamation marks at the end, and I even put a post of you in the drive about them. What type of word is woem? Okay, woem can be klanknabootsing, yes, but what is the type of word, Natalie? Ntlhandla, yes, it's onomatopoeia, correct, but what parts of speech, watter woordsoort is woem? It's a word that shows emotion, and it's got exclamation mark at the end. So what type is it? Is it a noun? Is it a tussenwerpsel? Is it an adverb? Is it a verb? What would it be? Try. Okay, Nantlandla says an adverb, and the answer there is tussenwerpsel. So you guys must, okay, thank you so much. I know it's not Helen, I think it's Kai, I'm not sure. I keep forgetting your name, I do apologize. Okay, so guys, a tussenwerpsel, which means that everybody in class, except Helen or Kai then, must go and study tussenwerpsels, because he or she remembered it. So the rest of you must go and study it, né? Okay, number 4. Beskryf die treffendheid van die advertensie. Kyk na die kleure en skrif. Okay, so what makes this, not the advertensie, look at my errors there. Looking at this cartoon here, what makes this cartoon stand out? What makes it so so interesting? Okay, so Nklandla says the colors. Yes, definitely. What is attention grabbing? What grabs your attention immediately? If I look at this cartoon, the middle frame immediately gets my attention. I see the word woem. Okay, so and yes, then there's oopsie. Okay, so then Helen says yes. Look at the word the explosion there. Great, great. The accident, that's correct. The serie says die klere, yes. Anyone else? What makes this cartoon so interesting, guys? To be rather honest, if I look at the cartoon without the words, I sort of get an idea what it's about. Teacher there throwing stuff in and as an experiment. There's an explosion. Look at the poor guy's face. All right. So the colors definitely, the middle frame definitely. So that is stuff that really stands out. Look at the fonts again. That's also part of the question. Look at the fonts. How does it differ? Okay, en dan Helen says die groot woem in die middel. Correct. That is correct. Thank you. And then the last question. Watter afleiding kan ons vanuit die strokies prent maak? So guys, what message does this cartoon portray? What's the message? What's the message? What's the assumption we can make? Assumption. Don't do experiments with your teachers. That could be one, yes. However, on a more on a note, for the sake of this cartoon or this class, I would rather say somebody should make sure before they do something. But yeah, Therese is correct. Don't do experiments with your teachers. Yeah, learn from your mistakes next time. Yeah, always make sure what you're doing, Sandla. Yes. All right. Great, great, great. So I'm sure that this won't happen to you guys because you have just identified the assumption. Do scientific experience very, very, very carefully. Don't do experience with your teacher. Okay. A teacher must always have a parent with them. Yeah, that's correct, Lesedi. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Otherwise, everybody blows up. Okay. Lesedi, you are quite the clown of the class. I enjoy this. Okay, so there you go. Now, the second part of visual literacy, and this is an important part, is advertenties, advertisement. Now, guys, what to look at when you see an advertisement? Firstly, put your thinking cap on. You must identify the purpose, die doel van die advertensie. Okay, hoekom is die advertensie gemaak? Wie is die teikenmark, the target audience? Wat is die boodskap, the message? This is an important one. Oorredende taalgebruik. So typically a person that makes an advertisement will use persuasive language because they want to sell something, a product or a service or something. Then of course illustrations, graphic material, illustrasies, grafische materiaal, skrif, which is font, composition, hoe pas die taalgebruik by die advertensie. So how does the vocab or the things they say suit the advertisement? Humor, karakters indien wel. So not all advertisements need a character, but these are the stuff that you should look out for when you see an advertisement, because this is usually also the stuff that teachers ask in a test or an assignment or exam or a task. So if I were you, I would take a picture of this. Just indicate to me when you are done so that we can go on. Okay, I see that you are done. All right, so when we look at the next slide, keep in mind what you've just seen here. Right, guys, look at this. So this is a typical church, ek weet nie wat's bazaar in Engels nie, maar ons noem dit 'n kerkbazaar in Afrikaans. So I think it's a bazaar in English, but look there, kerkbazaar, Barrydale NG Kerksaal. Quickly study that. study this quickly. It says there, it's at the Kerk Bazaar is at the Berrydale NG Kerk. What is a bazaar? Guys, it's like where they sell cake and it's where the whole church community come together and they sell cake and they have games and everything. So it's basically a fun day at a church. Mime, why are you the host? I'm not sure, my boy. Of Lasidi. Sorry, my girl. I don't know, Lasidi. I don't know, but let's just go with it. Okay, then it's the 29th of April 2017 is the date. Then they say verkope vanaf 9 uur, which means that from 9 o'clock they will be selling stuff. Lasidi, you are a boy. Okay, sorry, man. Then a filing. What do you call a filing in English? Let me quickly. This was 3 years ago. Yes, I know, but it's an example. Let's see. Ek wil nou weet wat dit is. 'n Veiling. An auction. So they say at 10:30 there will be an auction. And now, eetbare haas, grootste in Suid-Afrika, alle gedeeltes te koop. Okay, so guys, this is around Easter. So you know, like a Easter bunny. They said they're going to eat the Easter bunny, so it's probably an Easter bunny made out of chocolate, hopefully. Then pannekoek, speelietjies, vars produkte, fresh products, games, pannekoek, vleis, meat, gebak, which is stuff that they bake like koeke en terte, and then pastye, pies. And then there's the contact person, Rita, and her number. So remember, a kerk bazaar is then, just have a look there. It is a bazaar in English. I've also just looked now with a Z. So it's just like a come together of the church. And Natalie, I'm not sure if the numbers still work. You're more than welcome to have a look and waste your airtime. Okay, so this is the advertisement. Quickly study the beautiful background. It looks like sun shining, and these plants and these flowers and circles and lots of colors. And the words stand out very nicely. Very good. But now let's ask some questions. Wat is die doel van hierdie advertensie? What is the purpose of this advertensie, guys? Put in a sentence there for me, hopefully Afrikaans. I would love it if you answer in Afrikaans, because in your test, you're going to have to answer me in Afrikaans. Wat is die doel van die advertensie? Try in Afrikaans. The purpose. In other words, guys, why did they make it? Om mense na die geleentheid te bring, to attract the target market. Okay, that's quite a good answer. Okay, so it's to invite people to come to the Kerk Bazaar, nee? Of miskien 'n fundraiser. What is a fundraiser? Is that what you're meaning? Okay, so yeah, it is there to get people to go to the bazaar. Nou, wie dink jy nommer 2 is die teikenmark van die advertensie? Who is the target audience, guys? Who? Okay, thank you, Helen. Quickly, tell me, guys, who's the target audience? Natalie says almal, Lesedi says ons. Okay, guys, that is not wrong. The church people, I would say the church people, so those that comes to the church, perhaps people in the church, anyone that maybe sees this at a place where the posters may be pasted. So guys, in other words, anyone that would like to come to a Kerk Bazaar, that would be a teikenmark. Okay. Die mense in die community, dat sê, dit is 'n goeie antwoord, community. Good. Nou, hoe pas die taal gebruik by die advertensie? So look at the language that they use and the advertisement. So you know that it's a Kerk Bazaar. How does the rest of the words fit the theme of Kerk Bazaar? Opening the question there for you. Hoe pas die taal gebruik by die advertensie? Natalie says, hulle laat dit nou klink. Okay, guys, so listen to the question. How does the vocab that they're using in this advertisement, how does it suit the advertisement itself. So the theme is Kerkbazaar. So they're talking about eetbare haas, grootste in Suid-Afrika, alle gedeeltes te koop. They're talking about pannekoek, they're talking about speelietjies. How on earth does that suit Kerkbazaar? Think about it. It's very easy answer. Let me ask you this. Does all those stuff suit the idea of a Kerkbazaar? Guys, just quickly tell me, can you all hear me? Because our host just said that there's a problem with my sound. Can you all hear me clearly? Natalie? Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, guys. Hakeem says, "What's a pannekoek?" Oh, that is the most amazing thing. So it almost looks like a it looks like a roti, but it's not. But it's a pancake. But it's got cinnamon and sugar on it. But it looks like a roti, but it's not a roti. It's sweet. Okay, so that's a pannekoek. Okay, guys. Okay, so the stuff that I'm reading here, for instance, the games and the cake and everything that they've got on that they selling at the Kerkbazaar, it suits everything. And then somebody mentioned here the bold letters. We're going to get to that just now. Now they're asking us a very obvious question. Wat word geadverteer? What is being advertised, guys? Wat word geadverteer? Okay, daar's die antwoord. Die Kerkbazaar, né? Well done. Number 6. Bespreek die illustrasies in die advertensie. Okay, in other words, guys, nee, skus. Ja, and number 5, sorry. Bespreek die illustrasies in die advertensie. Look at the pictures in the advertisement. Discuss that quickly. Does it suit the advertisement? How does it look? Does it stand out? Discuss that for me quickly. Tell me what you think. Okay, so I hear the helder. Ja, dis pragtig, Ntlandla. It looks like a lot of cake. Okay. Oogvang, good. Okay, guys, so that's good answers. I like that you see it catches your eye. To me, what is very interesting is the blue letters really stands out with against the background that we see there. So honestly, in my opinion, I don't know what the circles and everything, how does it really suit the Kerkbazaar theme, but that's just my opinion. But it's a really colorful advertisement and the visuals really stands out. So Lesedi says it's clearful, correct. That is a very good observation. Different types of cake bunched in 3 different corners. Okay, so that looks like cake to somebody, which is a good observation. All right, so yeah, I think that you've guys got the hang of this. Now, hoe word die skrif gebruik? Guys, look at the font here. I see bold, I see different types of fonts. I see that there's bold stuff. I see big letters and small letters. And then I see bullet points. And yeah, so do you see different types of fonts? Okay, Helen says it makes him hungry. Yeah, me too, hey? Ntlandla says Frederick. Yeah, I see Frederick. Do you see different fonts? Let me hear. Do you see different fonts? Ja, ons sien verskillende fonts. Hoekom dink julle het dit so gemaak? Why do they use different fonts? Hoekom dink julle gebruik hulle different fonts? Okay, so that's make it stand out, correct, so that it's not boring. Oh yes, and then to catch the audience attention. Okay, guys, yes. It's also to make people see. So I see the very first word I see is Kerkbazaar. You can't miss it, nee. And then there is Barrydale is in another font so that the people can actually see where it is. Then the date and the day is very large so that people can say when. Then they also say in larger font when everything starts. And then what is going to happen? I am sure that one of the reasons they maybe made the activities and the stuff so small is because that might not be everything that they're going to have that day there. So yeah, and then in my opinion, I would have just made Contact Rita, the contact person, a little bit bigger there so that it would stand out as well. But ja, Ntlandla said so om ons te oreed. Very, very good. Okay, to make people see is Zama. I can see that. Okay, Noah, volgende een. Wat is vir jou treffend van die advertensie? To you, in your opinion, what stands out? What do you like about this advertisement? I like the blue. Blue is my favorite color, so I like the blue. Natalie said, course, absolutely. I'm going to bake pancakes today. I'm in the mood. After this lesson, I'm making pancakes. Therese says, I don't like the color. I love it when you guys participate. Ntlandla says the colors. Pannekoek for you, Natalie. Maybe, hey? Last time I promised to sweeties, but I can't give you sweeties through the screen. So I can't give you pancake through the screen. Sorry, man. Okay, guys. Waar vind die bazaar plaas? Okay, Helen said here, doesn't it make you guys dizzy? That's actually a very, very good observation. Yeah, it does. It does. It has a dizzy effect. Good. Okay, where is this bazaar going to be? What town? Let's see. Where does it take place? Helen says too many bright colors. Yeah, me too. I don't like it either that much. I like the blue. Okay, in church, Lesedi, but where? Where does it take place? There's a town. Remember, you can't just write church. Natalie's got the answer. Barrydale, NG Kerksaal. So that would be the entire answer there. Where is my mouse? There. Barrydale, NG Kerksaal. That would be a proper 1 mark question. If you only write the church or only write Barrydale, I'm going to mark it wrong. It must say Barrydale, NG Kerksaal. Proper answer. Okay, next one. Last one. Wat is 'n veiling? And that's why I said the answer to that earlier. Wat noem ons 'n veiling? An auction, Lesedi. Okay, well done. Guys, you can actually do this. Well done. Okay, what I want you to do is take a picture of this so that you can go and study this for your test. Go and take a picture so that you can go and practice for your test that's coming one of these days. Okay, guys, so I did mention to you guys that on the 27th of July, 27th of July, it's an informal assessment. I'm going to send it to you. You're going to do it. We're going to mark it the next day. So just informal. Okay, so yeah, I think it's next week, is it? Already next week? I think it's the week on that. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so guys, here is my contact details again. Go to that email address. I know that one or two of you already asked for the PowerPoints. So there you go. There's my email. Email me if you've got a question about the work. And there's the Google Drive with all the stuff that I've done so far. It's in there. Okay, now, does the test mark goes to our reports? I don't think so. I'm not sure, Therese. So I really don't know. So yeah, but I can find out for you guys. Right, guys, what do I always say at the end of each lesson? It's very important. If there's anything you should learn in this time, what should you do? What do I always say at the end of this lesson? Wear masks, yeah. Yes, I did, sorry. Stay safe and sanitize. Okay, great. So there you have it. Sanitize your hands. Put on your mask. Take care. I'm going to bake pancakes now. Bye. Oh, if you, Hakeem asked if I had to choose one superpower. I would like mind power. Absolutely. Mind power. So there you have it, Hakeem. Okay, bye, guys. Bye, bye, bye.